By episode 7, the project isn't failing loudly anymore. It's failing quietly. Development thinks they're done. QA is finding unexpected issues. Business says, that's not what we meant. And everyone is frustrated at everyone else. Here's the mad BA truth you need to understand. Misalignment costs more than bugs. Bugs can be fixed. Misalignment creates rework, delays, and blame. So today, we're talking about how BAs align dev, QA, and business before misunderstandings turn into late-stage disasters. Let's start with the biggest myth in delivery, that everyone is working toward the same thing. They're not. Business thinks in outcomes. Developers think in solutions. QA thinks in scenarios and edge cases. None of these perspectives are wrong, but left untranslated, they collide. This is where many projects fall into the throw-it-over-the-wall trap. Business throws requirements to BA, BA throws them to dev, dev throws builds to QA, QA throws defects back at everyone. Information moves. Understanding does not. Strong BAs break this cycle. They translate expectations before work starts. Let's talk about how misalignment actually shows up. You'll hear things like, we implemented what was written. We tested what was built. That's not what we asked for. All of these can be true at the same time. The problem isn't effort, it's interpretation. This is why shared understanding matters more than perfect documentation. A requirement isn't complete when it's written. It's complete when everyone understands it the same way. Now, let's get practical. One of the most effective BA moves here is expectation translation. That means explaining business intent to dev, explaining technical constraints to business, explaining risk and edge cases to everyone. Instead of forwarding documents, you ask, what does success look like to you? What would failure look like? What assumptions are we making? Those conversations surface gaps early, when they're cheap to fix. Now, let's talk about late surprises, the most expensive kind. Late surprises sound like, we didn't think users would do that. We assumed this was out of scope. That scenario wasn't mentioned. These aren't mistakes. They're unspoken assumptions. Strong BAs actively hunt assumptions. They ask, what happens in edge cases? What are we not handling yet? What will users try first? They bring dev and QA into those conversations early. Alignment doesn't happen in handoffs. It happens in shared discussions. Now, let's talk about what alignment is not. It's not endless meetings. It's not over-documentation. It's not forcing agreement. Alignment means business understands constraints. Dev understands intent. QA understands scenarios. Everyone knows what done means. When alignment is strong, defects drop, rework drops, blame disappears. And here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Your role as a BA is not to pass information. It's to build understanding. That's why BAs sit in the middle, not to relay messages, but to connect meaning. Now let's bring this back to the project from hell. By this point, the pressure is high, timelines are tight, tolerance for surprises is gone. This is exactly when alignment matters most. You don't fix misalignment with better tools, you fix it with better conversations. And now, for the mad BA truth that closes this episode. Misalignment costs more than bugs. Because bugs delay delivery. Misalignment delays trust. Next time, we'll talk about what happens when UAT shows up with surprises no one saw coming, and how BAs survive the final stress test. This is a project from hell. How BAs actually survive it. And if this episode felt familiar, you've just identified the real risk hiding in plain sight.